And let's begin with the threat of KMPDU, protests, where the Union of Kenya Civil Servants and the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union, KMPDU, have issued a 2-week notice for countrywide protest if challenges faced by patients under Social Health Insurance Fund, SHA, are not addressed. They lamented that despite deductions of their members' salaries to the fund, they do not access treatment under the cover. Let's get more details of that story.
Mostly they're forced to have out-of-pocket expenditures. And we as unions are not ready to keep seeing our members frustrated. We cannot keep on seeing our members stressed. We cannot keep seeing our members doing fundraising on things that are being deducted for every single month. And for that reason, the Union of Kenya Civil Servants and Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union have today, in a singular voice, give the government 2 weeks to resolve any challenges that are there with the comprehensive medical scheme of the civil servants within 2 weeks. Failure to which we are going to begin a series of demonstrations from 18th of this month.
Whatever we have currently is not serving the Republic, is not having any interest of Kenya at heart, because as we are talking today, we have a number of civil servants who are stuck in the hospital, cannot be discharged because of the payment of hospital bill. We need to audit the whole fund. We know what our money has done so far. We need to know the money we are collecting is going where. If Auditor General herself has questioned this, can we continue pumping money to a facility which is bottomless?
There can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun, yet what falls on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one.
The late Malava Member of Parliament, Moses Malulu Njendi, was laid to rest at his rural home in Lukusi village, that is in Kakamega County. The ceremony was attended by locals, political leaders and government officials led by President William Ruto. While condoling with Njendi's family, President Ruto also used the opportunity to caution Kenyans to shun the negative publicity on the Social Health Authority, SHA, which he said is perpetrated by those who use loopholes to loot the defunct National Health Insurance Fund, consuming up to 40% of the fund. Wycliffe Okech with the details.
Friends, family, politicians and government officials led by President William Ruto gathered at the late Moses Malulu Njendi's rural home in Lukusi village, Malava constituency, Kakamega County, to bid farewell to the fallen lawmaker. Speakers heaping praise on the late Njendi as a steadfast leader and a public servant who championed the educational right of his constituents and Kenyans at large through his membership of the Education Committee at the National Assembly.
Na mwaka jana nilikuwa na bill ya school feeding. Na yeye akaniambia, mama, hiyo bill umeguza roho yangu kwa maana hiyo bill inaguza watoto.
Kwa miaka 12 faili yake katika bunge haina dosari yoyote, hata siku moja speaker kumwambia you are out of order.
Nimesema bila ya taswishi kwamba huyu Malili Njendi pia ni jemedari wa maendeleo.
Njendi was further eulogized as a humble, hard-working family man who also had the interest of the less fortunate at heart.
Alipenda kila mtu. Hajalishi wewe ni nani, unatoka wapi, unavaa aje, unafanana aje, unaongea kivipi, alikupenda tu.
Amesaidia hata walimu, ameandika walimu wengi Kabarasi. Amesaidia hata wale ambao hawana chakula. Kuna wakati alinunua chakula mingi akawa na supply kwa wamama wajane.
In honor of the fallen legislator, President William Ruto announced that he will take a personal initiative to ensure the completion of all development projects that had been initiated by the late Njendi. This would include last-mile water connectivity, road constructions, and a school bus for Lukusi Secondary School.
Barabara ya kujenga ya kutoka Majengo, ECD iko hapo inaitwa Majengo, iende Mwamba na iende Tarbo. Pia hiyo tumetangaza inafungwa mwezi huu, inaanza kujengwa mwezi ujao.
The head of state also used the opportunity to dismiss claims that the Social Health Authority was in the hands of private operators, maintaining that the new healthcare system is firmly under the control of the government.
That system will not be paid for by the government of Kenya. It will be a fee-for-service facility that will make sure that we protect citizens' contribution. The people who are complaining are the fellows who have been stealing from us. They don't want a technology system that works because they want to continue stealing from us. I want to tell them the stealing is over, my friends. Move on.
He led other government officials in rubbishing claims that the new system was ineffective, saying the country cannot afford to go back to the old healthcare system.
Because we want to sort out the problem of fraud of the past. Pesa nyingi ambayo ilikuwa inakusanywa na NHIF iliibiwa na matapeli na wakora ambao walikuwa wanajifanya wako na mahospitali. Fake claims, fraudulent claims consumed almost 40% of the money that was being raised by NHIF. Na hiyo haiwezi kufanyika mimi nikiwa rais tena. It will not happen.
Don't listen to the disinformation and misinformation being perpetuated, especially by our media. Focus on your own health.
Let us be decent in our reporting. Let us be realistic in our reporting.
The late Malulu Injendi, who breathed his last on 17th of February 2025, is survived by his widow, Betty Malulu, and 4 sons, among others. From Kakamega County, I am Wycliffe Okech.
Thank you, Wycliffe Okech, for that report. We stay with health, where health workers under the Universal Health Coverage Program are accusing the government of ignoring their plight despite being on strike for 1 month. The health workers who held peaceful demonstrations in Nairobi County on Tuesday have vowed to continue championing their cause until their demands, which include employment on permanent and pensionable terms, payment of their gratuity, and remittance of the National Social Security Fund, among others, are met.
These scenes have become a norm for the past 1 month as health workers serving under the Universal Health Coverage Program demand audience with the government. On Tuesday, the health workers, including clinical officers, nurses, public health officers, laboratory technicians and nutritionists, pitched camp at the Ministry of Health headquarters.
Tunataka tupewe gratuity yetu ya miaka 5. Pia tunataka tupewe kitu kinaitwa PNP ama mkataba wa kudumu. Lakini wakati ilifika ni kukua converted to PNP. That is where the time the government drew the line.
91% of the facilities in Kenya are primary healthcare facilities. Yes. The people who are manning those facilities are the UHC staff.
After Afya House, they proceeded to Parliament buildings, seeking an audience with the health committees of both houses.
Tumetoka huko ndani kuangalia the progress of our petition that was submitted on the 11th of February this year. Tumeambiwa at the National Assembly there is no health committee because ilivunjwa, so our petition cannot be worked on.
A section of senators and members of National Assembly who had their chance and came out to address them vowed to ensure their welfare is looked into.
Ile kazi mnafanyia Kenya hii, haki ya Mungu, hamfai kuwa kwa barabara. Na kabla senator mmezo hajapata mshahara, nyinyi mnafaa kuwa mmepata wa kwanza.
Pesa iwekwe ya kutosha kwa devolution, kwa counties, iende ikalipe wafanyikazi wa health. PNP.
Lazima muangaliwe na tuko na nyinyi.
It is not something you are begging of us. It is our duty to work for you. Mukileta petition zote, sisi tunasupport hapa ndani.
The health workers are among the over 8,500 health workers employed on contractual terms in 2020 under the promise that they would be absorbed on permanent and pensionable terms, which is yet to happen.
Such scenes have become too common on Kenyan roads as health workers demand better working conditions. However, the question remains, is anybody listening to them? Nancy Okware reporting from Parliament Buildings, Nairobi.
Thank you, Nancy Okwari, for that report. Now, the Ministry of Health has attributed the life-threatening disease outbreak in KBC County to water contamination. Speaking during a visit to the county, Public Health Principal Secretary Mary Modoni revealed that tests conducted in the area have confirmed the presence of fecal matter in a community borehole which has been in use for a while. The disease has left more than 100 people sick, with those affected exhibiting symptoms such as high fever, diarrhea and dizziness.
Following tales of agony and suffering by the residents of Nyabigege and Amarondo villages about the ravages of a mysterious disease, the Ministry of Health on Tuesday swung into action in response to the outbreak. The ministry said laboratory tests confirmed that a borehole in Amarondo village was contaminated with fecal matter.
We also have other samples that are in the lab that are ongoing investigation. We will also subject the samples that have already been confirmed to further testing so that we confirm fully that the water is not fit for human consumption.
P.S. Modoni, who spoke after meeting Kisii Deputy Governor Elijah Obebo and County Commissioner Joseph Kibet, ordered a temporary closure of the borehole and residents to seek alternative source of water. The PS stressed that there is no need for panic, even as she advised the residents to observe high levels of hygiene while the government works round the clock to contain the disease.
And also ensure that if you feel sick, you must go to hospital.
Tunaambia Mwenyezi Mungu ni asante kwa sababu hakuna maisha tumepoteza, si ndio? Wajua ugonjwa kama huu ukitokelezea, ni lazima wanasayansi ambao ni madaktari wajue ni nini.
And 4 people were killed in 2 separate banditry incidents in Kerio Valley, that is in Elgeyo Marakwet County. Among the deceased, 2 learners from Kimongo Primary School. The assailants also made away with an unknown number of livestock. A manhunt for the bandits is currently underway.
Tensions remain high in Kerio Valley sub-county. The latest banditry incident has led to the death of 4 people in 2 separate attacks.
Mpaka jana wakora wachache wakaweza kuharibu ile uhusiano na ile amani ambaye tayari Mungu ametupatia. Ile amani watu wetu walikuwa wameenjoy. Ile amani watu wetu wameweza kutangamana kama jamii zetu.
3 of the deceased were attacked in Koitum area, Elgeyo Marakwet. They included 2 children who were ambushed and shot on their way home from school near Sokobora, close to Tot in Elgeyo Marakwet. Confirming the incident, the Chief Peace Officer in Elgeyo Marakwet County, Lawrence Mutual, said the recent attacks were retaliatory. The 4th victim, identified as a herder, was killed in Diratiati constituency, Baringo County. A multi-agency security team comprising of the Kenya Defence Forces, Anti-Stock Theft Unit and General Service Unit are currently hunting down the bandits.
Wale wakora wote ambao walifanya kitendo hicho waweze kuchukuliwa hatua, na naomba kwamba watu wetu waweze kupatia nafasi maafisa wetu wa usalama waweze kuchukua hatua, wana kwamba wale wakora wote ambao waliweza kufanya kitendo hicho wameweza kushikwa.
And you will watch and access more content, especially sports, on the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation platforms if a bid by Canal Plus to acquire MultiChoice Group is sealed. A team from Canal Plus and MultiChoice Group were on Tuesday morning at the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation on a fact-finding mission about shareholders of MultiChoice Kenya. Kenya Broadcasting Corporation chairperson, that is Tom Shinde, said the deal would open up local content to a wider audience.
Group Canal Plus offered 125 rand per share to acquire South Africa's MultiChoice Group, which owns 60% shareholding in MultiChoice Kenya, with the remaining stake held by the government of Kenya through the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation.
We believe in ecosystem, and this is why in all of our countries we have strong partnerships and links with the local producers and broadcasters, and first of them, the national broadcasters.
If sealed, the acquisition would transform Canal Plus as part of its expansion strategy in Africa, particularly in English-speaking regions. The deal is expected to benefit shareholders such as Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, with the audience reaping benefits of a diverse content.
It will provide with its synergies that will make it possible for this company now to acquire programs at a slightly less price than is currently possible, particularly programs that have to do with sports, because those are the key audience drivers.
Mshindi expects the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation to benefit from infrastructural development, capacity building and strategic partnerships from the Canal Plus takeover of MultiChoice Group.
Most important for us was the assurance that with the new strategy that is coming up, with the capacity to acquire more programming, open up more viewers, we should be assured of an audience, of a dividend.
Canal Plus is expected to continue offering subscription-based services and premium content offerings if it seals the takeover deal of MultiChoice Group.
Importance of this is to grow what we currently have, to make sure that the preservation of local languages continue, and the enhancement of local cultures. And that's what Canal Plus also stands for.
They were speaking after a consultative meeting at Broadcasting House that was attended by the management of the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation and top officials drawn from the MultiChoice Group, MultiChoice Kenya and Group Canal Plus.
And the National Assembly is seeking to amend the Public Audit Act 2015 to align it with the Constitution following a declaration by the High Court that termed some sections of the law unconstitutional. The Public Audit Bill 2024, sponsored by the government, further seeks to seal the undesirable 3-month vacuum between when the Auditor General retires and when a successor is in office.
The 72-clause Public Audit Bill 2024 is expected to be a game-changer in the audit of public resources, as the government is proposing the establishment of an Audit Advisory Board, which will be composed of the Auditor General or a person nominated by him or her, the Attorney General of Kenya, Institute of Certified Public Accounts nominee, Association of Professional Society of East African nominee, Law Society of Kenya nominee, and Chairperson of Public Service Commission. The bill, which is expected to supplement the auditing process, will see the Auditor General sit in the Audit Advisory Board, with the board expected to select its chair, who shall not be the Auditor General. Further, the bill limits the tenure of the board to a period of 3 years and may be eligible for reappointment for another term. The functions of the Audit Advisory Board includes budget plans and estimates, human resource management and development, and any other matter that may be referred by the Auditor General. According to the bill, the audit role and the process will solely remain with the Auditor General, contrary to reports that those powers will be taken by the Advisory Board.
A look at business, where more than 90 investors have sealed deals to establish industrial parks and special economic zones in the country. Kenya Investments Authority CEO John Mwendwa says special economic zones and industrial parks have a huge potential that should be exploited by medium and small enterprises.
County industrial and aggregation centers, industrial parks, as well as special economic zones are being set up across the country as Kenya targets to increase value addition to agricultural produce as well as enhance manufacturing activity. Speaking during the launch of the Link Warehousing and Logistics Park within Tatu City in Kiambu County, Kenya Investments Authority CEO John Mwendwa underscored the role of the industrial parks in supporting businesses and the economy, with stakeholders noting that over 90 businesses are at different stages of setting up operations.
The government has been very strategically trying to attract and retain investments. As the Kenya Investment Authority, we are the agency that is responsible for this agenda across government. Whether you're in the special economic zone or an export processing zone or outside there, it's our business to make it comfortable for you.
We've licensed a total of 43 special economic zones across the country, and we have got
over 90 enterprises now fully licensed and operating within some of those zones.
They said Kenya is keen on fostering sector-based investment opportunities to attract and retain foreign direct investments.
We believe the ecosystem, such as the link and what Tatu City has been able to do, is really part of being competitive.
The first phase of the 2.5 billion shillings Link Warehousing and Logistics Park has created over 1,000 jobs.
We saw the need to cater to small, medium enterprises in Kenya, but in both internationally, to give them a compact but yet expandable facility.
Sports now, where Kenya's preparations for the 2024 Africa Nations Championship, CHAN, and the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations, AFCON, are on course. During a Senate Committee on Labour and Social Welfare session, Cabinet Secretary for Sports Salim Mvurya updated the committee on the ongoing construction and renovation of key facilities for both events. The CHAN and AFCON tournaments will be co-hosted by Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania in August 2025 and 2027 respectively. The sports CS addressed concerns over the delayed CHAN, which was rescheduled from February to August this year. Sports Principal Secretary Engineer Peter Tum highlighted the government's focus on infrastructure development and grassroots sports academies, emphasizing the importance of exposing Kenyan teams to global competitions for their growth and development. Meanwhile, CS Mvurya also welcomed the new Harambee Stars head coach Benny McCarthy and pledged government support in restoring their lost glory.
Technical bench, and already we are looking forward to Kenya qualifying for World Cup and also being an impactful team.
This is a culmination. The signing of Benny McCarthy and his team is a culmination of the rigorous process we underwent, the discussions we had with the ministry on how we need to revamp our national team, and I'm very happy that we've reached here today.
We want to qualify for many things. We're hosting the CHAN and we want to portray a really good tournament, and as the minister has said, we're in it to win it. We want to win it because it's on our home soil, so that is the aim.
We've come to the end of the bulletin this morning. Thank you so much for your time. Remember, you can always get more news updates by tuning in to our subsequent bulletins. Right now, I want to give room to my colleague, that is Victor Lowe, with a viewpoint.